Hey everyone, welcome to another cast iron pan related video. In this video we'll be going over what are the effects of using soap on a seasoned cast iron pan like one of these ones to see whether it does really remove that seasoning from the pan or if it has any impact on it whatsoever. So the reason I'm doing a video like this is because I see a lot of comments and I've been doing quite a bit of research on cast iron pans. And people don't seem to understand what happens when you wash a seasoned cast iron pan with soap. So they're afraid to do it. So what I want to do is just kind of show what happens through that process, walk you through it, show exactly the steps that I'm taking so you know that you can trust what you're seeing here. And then I'll go ahead and I will test them at the end to show you whether it has any effect on it whatsoever. So just a bit of background here before we get started. There's two old Wagner pans. I don't have the exact age on these. I've had them for a little while and they came pre-seasoned. I haven't removed any seasoning, I've just been adding to it. And they work really well. What we're going to be doing here is washing them extremely thoroughly with soap and water. And I'll even go ahead and wash one with alcohol as well to make sure that any residual oil whatsoever is gone. Just to show you the comparison between the two. I use both of these pans often, so they have a little bit of residual oil left from cooking, and normally I just clean them by either using salt and a little bit of water or just wipe them out with a paper towel. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to go a little crazy with the soap because you have to take these things to the extreme in order to prove what's really happening. A lot of people say that using soap will strip off the seasoning. And what you have to understand is that the seasoning is not oil as you knew it before. The seasoning is a layer of carbon that is formed through the process of cooking it at a high temperature. At this point, what I'm expecting to see is just the shine of the oil being removed. You should see a more dull finish of the carbon layer. People will also say don't put your cast iron pans in the dishwasher. And that I'm not 100% sure about. I have done it before. The problem with the dishwasher is that there's a lot of moisture contained within there for a longer period of time. And this carbon layer is not completely moisture proof. So if you were, for example, to let your cast iron pan sit in a little pool of water, like this one, you'll see a rust ring forming over some time. It's not right away, it'll form over a period of time. And the same process may occur in your dishwasher, depending on how long it sits for, drying cycle, all that kind of stuff. So probably not recommended to do that. If you guys want to see that in a follow-up video, let me know. Easy test to do. And I'll take these inside and wash them off completely so all the soap's gone. Both of the pans have been completely dried, re-washed and dried. Now with one of the pans I'm going to take it a little bit further and use some alcohol. This is just isopropyl alcohol, available at any, whatever, Shoppers Drug Mart, Walmart, that type of thing. Taking a look at the bottom here, I had a problem with the bottom of this pan in that it's irregular, so I did sand it a little bit. Now that's the only way that I knew at that point when I got this pan how to flatten this. I've since had another idea, so if I finish that video, it will be up there in the top corner if you want to check that one out. Non-destructive way of flattening out the bottom and getting really good contact with a glass cooktop or induction cooktop. At this point, let me give you a close-up comparison of the before and after of each pan, kind of side by side, so you can see where it was before and where it is now, and you can make your judgment call about how it's going to perform. Both pans are now ready to go and get preheated. I'm going to do that because I don't believe this burner gives a very even temperature. So I'll preheat both of these pans in the small oven here, and then we'll get them to around 150 to 200 Celsius for our testing. Now the testing is going to be no oil testing to begin with. There's too many variables to do with the oil, the amount of oil that you use and so on. So I like to eliminate the oil altogether just to see how it performs. And I'll be doing that in follow-up videos as well. You might think that the eggs, whatever you're cooking, will stick to that surface, but if you're at the right temperature, they do not stick, or at least they're very easy to get off. Well, I have a little bit of egg left, so I thought I would make something a little bit tastier than the last two. So here I have some clarified butter. So if you enjoy this kind of content, make sure that you subscribe and like the video and hit the notification bell if you want to be made aware of the next set of videos that are coming out. I'm making cast iron related videos, probably releasing them every 2 weeks or so. So definitely hit that bell if you're interested, and leave some comments as well about what you like and what you don't like about the video, and I can make some adjustments in future videos as well. So with regards to whether soap has any impact whatsoever on seasoning on a cast iron pan, the results of the testing show that it does not. There was no impact whatsoever that I could tell from lots of soap, aggressively scrubbing with soap, which is not something that would normally be done either, on the performance of these cast iron pans, and that goes for both of them. Just a side note about this clarified butter. If you haven't tried clarified butter, some people call it ghee as well. I think you can buy it. You should make a batch because it's super easy to make. You just heat up butter and pour off the top clear portion. And it's supposed to last a lot longer. It has a more buttery flavor, but the biggest benefit in my eyes is that it doesn't burn like you would have with regular butter. That milk portion of the butter is what burns in the pan, and it can withstand a lot higher temperatures, which means you should get less sticking on your cast iron pan as well if you can get it to a higher temperature. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be making these type of videos on a regular basis, so hopefully you subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. And catch you on the next one. Take care.